We have the nice lady telling us that recording is in progress. And so we're almost getting a stable crew now. That's really nice. I got a little cold, so sometimes I cough, and I have to remember that I have to do it on this side and not on this side, but then it's still on the microphone, which is over here. So how are both of you? Vanessa, how are you today?
Good, good.
And what makes it good?
Well, it has been a challenging week. Every day I can see deeper clearing. If it is not my husband, it's my youngest daughter. If it is not my youngest daughter, it's my eldest daughter. It's like constantly. But the fact that we can see deeper now, we can see beyond every, like you're telling me, your throat as well. So we know it's just deeper clearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is few situations that has happened that I was telling my daughter, it's happening for you, not to you, for you. Deeper clearing. So don't feed it. Just take a step back, connect with your higher self. Yeah. So by having that clear mindset, it support my stability in my family, you know. So that's why I say it's good, because I don't think like 6 years ago I could be handling these things, you know what I mean? It has such a change, the spiritual journey.
Yeah, beautiful said that. How do you put it in words that's not something where, how do you say it? It's not something done to you, but it's something for you.
Yeah, it's for you. It's the bottle emotion is already inside of you. You need to get it out now, because you know what I noticed as well? I noticed it's very easy. It's like a loop, very easy. We just send it back. It's going to come back to us. I think in the 12 law of the spirituality, there is one cause and effect. So if you think like, for example, a situation has happened and you don't take that step back, look it from a higher version of me, what is my higher version of me will say. So you get into the loop, you just do the same thing straight away. Straight away. And so it's never ending then. So I'm trying to implement that with everybody. And since my husband has the session with you, I can see a massive change on that one. And now I seen him take that step back that never happened before. He take that step back. So it's nice to see, you know, he take the step back, he has that, because before the reaction will go first. Yeah. And then he will think after. But now he is able to just detach and just, that's nice to see. He's looking forward for his next session now.
Yeah, me too. And it's amazing the things you told that is he still happy when he wakes up?
Oh yeah. The heart has shifted. There is this thing happened with him. There was a big massive shift on the inner child one, and then the heart chakra. These two. Yeah. The connection as well is he always had a very good connection with his team of light. But now with the heart chakra is a major thing for him, and the inner child is a big one as well. So he's looking forward for next week as well, on the 24th, deeper clearing. And then maybe we'll be lucky to get an appointment soon with you.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, and Anna, how are you?
I think my husband's on the cusp of needing a session with somebody. What I've been dealing with this week is I don't necessarily have a crew to speak to about what's been happening for me. Yeah. So that's kind of caused a bit of conflict in my like communication with him. So I still have this kind of, it's a different feeling, not the inner child misunderstood, but just that like a different, like I'm struggling with it, but at peace with it at the same time, because I know that it's just that we're at different levels of ascending.
Is it possible for you to, even if you talk with your hands, to still keep your hand on your heart?
Yes, yeah.
Because it's very understandable and it's perfect, but it helps if you keep your hand on your heart, because then it doesn't get into the mind.
The mind. Yeah. Thank you. So yeah, it's just, I think
can you feel the difference yourself now? Because immediately the energy is at the lower place. It's not lower energy, but it's the heart centered. Beautiful.
It was up here and now. Yeah.
Which is okay. Everything is okay. Yeah.
Yeah. No, thank you. That I needed that grounding. This is my mind when it picks up. It's like, oh, okay, I finally have this space to discuss this with people who can understand without me having to explain. So I think that's just something, I think, a priority for me in the coming weeks, is like things I can feel this momentum gaining quicker and quicker, that I do have a regular, like, weekly person that I can check in with, or just like the community that I'm interacting with, like on Facebook, is a
at
daily
least
thing.
every Friday.
Yeah, exactly. But more maybe interacting with more posts and seeing things like that, just so that I have this, that I know I'm taking care of that aspect, so that the other aspects are more in balance.
If you want support, you can always write, ask questions.
Thank you.
I think Vanessa will say the same, because we are all one tribe. It's not that you're a soul, and especially when and when a family member is not that developed that much, we have to help you, because it can be annoying, but it's still, if the heart still feels love for the other person, and it's normal, and it's also worthwhile to fight for, and to do the work for, and do that extra explanation, or and sometimes and maybe he can join. Is that an idea, or maybe you can put him forward and you let him join and you can't come, or something like that. Just make it easy for yourself. Don't make it don't make it a struggle.
That's a great idea. Yeah, so food for thought.
yeah, don't make decisions now. That's not why I'm telling you this. It's just like, I'm lucky. My girlfriend is moving as quick as I am. Vanessa as her husband, and he's moving, but he wasn't moving in the beginning as quick. So it's normal. It belongs in this time period. But remember, and it's my strong belief, and I have to cough. It's my strong belief that that everything, even the coughs, are perfectly orchestrated in the smallest details. Everything is at the right moment in time. So for your a session, it's necessary that you have a partner who isn't moving that quick, because otherwise you would move too quick, and you were early on at the spot before the time was there. So it's and sometimes I make the explanation that if you're standing in a field, you'd only see grass, because you're at the same level as the grass and you only see grass. But then you have those referee chairs with tennis, and they sit about 2 meters high, and they see they have a different view for the same thing.
Yeah.
And then if you are your higher self, it has a completely different overview and sees much more, and things that we don't see, and therefore we think we don't understand. So everything is perfect, and everything is always perfectly orchestrated. That's my trust belief.
And I've felt that. So that's like, I think the thing that it's not something that I'm really frustrated with, or like I'm observant of, and I trust that it's supposed to be happening, so I'm at peace with it. But it still is, it's still, that's the thing. I want to have my emotions still, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so yeah.
all understandable. And maybe Vanessa, you can.
Yeah, I feel her. All I will tell you is, when these emotions come up, if you feel the sadness, feel it. If you feel crying, cry it. Crying is such a good therapy. Let it out. By you feeling strong, you're not allowed to cry. You're bottling up. That's what's happening, But crying, that don't mean we are weak, And today my daughter was having headache. My hand was on her head, and she's going like a deeper core wound at the moment. And I was telling her, she said to me, but mommy, it's the deeper core wound. I was thinking I dealt with it. I said, you never finish the deeper core wound. It go deeper and deeper. And my high self just step in and say, tell her the more deeper she's going down, it's the higher she's going. Sometimes we just think like in your situation, you're thinking you're going deeper. It's hard. Actually, you're going higher.
Yeah.
That's what happened to her this morning. I told her, actually, you're going higher, but you need to go deeper, but it's higher at the same time.
Yeah.
No, you're not
That's what it
alone. We are
feels
all
like.
Mm.
That's what it feels like. So yeah. So, and I'm very aware that I need to let it out. So like he's also for him, the emotional thing is his ego jumps in and wants to think that he's done something wrong, and okay, I won't do that, and da, 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 da. And so then I kind of feel restricted for my emotions. But what I've been doing is taking my emotions just into the next room.
Okay, it's a bit early, because I'm working with Patricia, my girlfriend, on a course, and it's a communication course. And
yeah,
what we do is we keep the hand on the heart. So maybe it's our idea to ask your boyfriend also to start in communication with you with the hand on the heart. And if he's open for it, I'm not sure, but if he's open for it, but Vanessa, Billy, and you can do that already. What Patricia and I am doing is I put my hand on my heart, she puts her hand on her heart, and then I put my hand on her heart, or her hand, and she does just the other way around. So we are really connected. And if it's something that's really intense, we also connect the foreheads. And then we almost are the same higher self. We almost are the same energy, and still can communicate. And so everything what can help to get on the right level of energy. And then there's no difference in if it's energy. It's all like
there.
Yeah, it's all there. But don't let it all be focused on you, because I heard a lot of things already, and I want to make a nice, like a DJ, a nice mixture of codes to start with. And of course, then it's about you again as well. So you can't hide. Let me see. Okay, close your eyes. And I want to empower all three of us and everybody who's listening to this, to empower them to get even a stronger connection with the higher self. This is in all time and space, in all dimensions. And the higher self, so that we better can understand what the communication from the helpers of the higher self and the higher self is. Shur ushtukur uta. Shua. Shanyondrush kokoyotoya ho shoto. So this will enable us in all time and space and all dimensions to have more trust in what is, and everything is all right, and know and understand that and feel that and trust that. So understanding the trust. This will help us to open our heart area, our heart chakra, even further. So let's open that. So with a big open, a further opened heart, we can have more trust, so that we can have more trust in our system, our physical system, our energetical system, our cosmical or galactical systems. Remember, we are all great warriors. We can do this sometimes heavy seeming work, but we can. We are here for the right moment in time. We are here to do our right work. And whatever core wounds we can encounter, we always know, as Vanessa said, that we can manage them. It's only helping us to get them, to learn to know them, how to work, what we can do with it for us, to be that great warrior in all these beautiful times, in all time and space, in all dimensions. So with all this said, our trust system is enlarged and empowered. Our higher self communication is enlarged and empowered. Our belief system that everything is all right is empowered, and we know and we know and we know we are warriors for the right thing, for the great light, for the greater good. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. So take your time to do it in your own time. And if you're ready, maybe you don't even want to come back. That's also possible. I would love to have some feedback from you, how this codes were and how you experienced them or not, or whatever.
It was clearing for me, kind of a breath of fresh air. I feel like I can breathe again. Felt like maybe I was holding my breath up until that point.
Beautiful. So, if it's okay, I'm going to ask you doorvraag, a deeper question. Because you were holding something in the solar plexus, the lower heart area, and this clear air, there's the deeper possibility of breathing. Is it also showing you a bit more what you were holding?
No, not yet. It's pushed down.
It's still there because I can feel it. Okay, so Vanessa, if it's okay, I'm just gonna do something about that for Anna. Maybe it helps you as well. So it's always for the collective as well. So let me focus on the energies in the solar plexus, connected to our emotions, connected to maybe core wounds or locked emotions. So let them set them free so that there is more energy flow in the whole system, but especially in the solar plexus system, the connection with the heart and the hara. In all time and space, in all dimensions, set this emotional energy free. That it's okay to have these emotions, but we don't lock them in our system. Especially in the lower chakras, we are maybe programmed. So let's take away those programs to lock in emotions. So let those emotions connect to the heart so that the heart can help them transfer towards the Mother Earth. We let them go into the earth. It's okay. We're happy that they are here. We're thankful for them. And we can let them go in any form. It can be energy, it can be tears, it can be shaking of the body. It's all as well. Just help these energy systems in all time and space, all dimensions, to move in a fluently movement again. Sometimes it's even galactical emotions help to send to us to help them getting to release them into the earth. So all these programs, all these sended emotions, we don't need to lock down. We are unlocking them in all systems, physical, energetical, cosmical, and galactical. Especially in the solar plexus, liberating energies. All programs related to this are reset and rebooted. New programs of flowing of energy are put in place. And a new balance in the energy system. So as below as above, as inside as outside. When you're ready, even if you don't like to, just come back. Back in this now.
That was really helpful. I recognize very clearly that part of my higher self is showing like this self, my physical self, is partially still in survival mode. And so there's that aspect of my physical self. It's there for a reason. I know exactly why it's there, and it's not completely gone yet. But I need to, I think what the message is that I need to commit to clearing it on a more regular basis. How that looks and what it entails, I'm not sure, but thank you, Robert.
It will show, don't worry about it. And this is a beautiful insight. And it's only, I'm only connecting energies so that you can see what's happening or what's needed. And remember, never judge yourself for anything we say here, because if we see something, it's just there that we are able to work with it. So it wasn't wrong. You didn't do anything wrong before. We just can do it differently now. And now you can see it, so you can do it. And it's always your decision or judgment or non-judgment. It's always your action, your decision to do something. And it's beautiful how you explained what you felt. Thank you. Vanessa.
My first thing, I'm just going to tell Anne to be gentle with yourself. You're doing everything perfectly as it should be. Just go gentle with yourself and everything will be okay, honey. I felt that there was a lot going on in my own head today. I felt there was so much stuff. But then with the clearing, then I felt it shift. I also before you said the solar plexus, my hand is already on the solar plexus. I said, okay, that means that there will be a shift on my solar plexus. And then I felt like I was not grounded with everything that's going on this week. I obviously mostly in my head. So I felt my feet is so grounded now. It's very, very grounded. That's what I need to deal with everything. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. And I got a question for both of you. Sometimes I'm enthusiastic. I'm putting everything together and like a magical steering pot, and then put it all over you. Is that sometimes too much, or is it okay? Or
it's okay. It's perfect for me. For me, it's perfect because when the energy is beautiful, you can sit there for hours. I have to say thank you. With everything that you're doing, it's shifting things that is very hard to shift.
It's direct.
Yeah, the child call, inner child is like so hard to get to. We don't want to see the inner child call on, but with you, at least when you do that code, it has to face it.
Yeah. That's a nice bridge, because I wanted to do inner child work as well today. Especially when you said to Anna that she should be gentle, and I felt the same thing, because as warriors in all time and space, we've been used to be hard for ourselves, and we've been trained and we've been on excursions and things we can't even remember now, but we are programmed we are built to be hard, and sometimes that's not helping us anymore. And especially in these times when everything is a little bit easier to get into connection to and get the energies to, it's easier to, not easier, it could be handy not to be hard. So what I wanted to do is to combine inner child work with how we are looking at ourselves, how we are and what the inner childs have been doing in all time and space. So are you ready for that? So close your eyes, hand on the heart as usual. And so what I'm going to do in all time and space for all of us is to call upon all our inner childs from all time and space, from all dimensions, all galaxies, all cosmical systems. And we're going to gather them and put them, all these inner childs, in a circle around us. So all these inner childs of all time and space are gathering around us now. And we are going to thank them from the deepest part of our heart for all the beautiful job they have done. Sure. And the deep respect we have for them, for all this work they have done. And we're going to connect each and every one of these inner childs which are in a circle around you. We're going to connect them from the central part of your heart to their heart, central part of their heart. The whole circle, each and every one will be connected in this moment. And this connection is making communication with them even easier. We love you, we thank you, we are grateful, we bless you. And we have deep respect for all the work and all the hard work you've done for us. We also want to help you being soft for yourself, because all this hard work has made us sometimes a little bit harder to ourselves. So all these inner childs, from the heart connection, we're going to send deep, gentle love, so that they will be softer for themselves and softer for you, and you softer for yourself. Shaiya sha'o, shi'iya no, shayana ya wona yakoyo no, shona ya nyokosh, nyanai chikata, shu, 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 shu. And all the programs around us in the systems of every inner child, which could be programmed to be hard on ourselves, we're going to reset and reboot and set a new program of gentleness to each other, gentleness for ourselves. We set that in the programs. And a program of love, love for everything and everybody. And through this heart connection of our central part, the photon of the source in our central part of the heart, we can send this love, this programming of reprogramming of love for every inner child in all time and space, all dimensions. And all the programming of being hard, being tough is not necessary anymore. So we're going to reset those programming of being hard and tough. We take them away and making it programs of love, being love. And still be that strong warrior, because we are a loving warrior. So when all these inner childs are now reset and reprogrammed, we are going to thank them again, straight from the heart, the central part of the heart. Thank them for being here again with us, to being open and receiving for these changes, to being open and receiving for whatever we are wanted to tell them and give them, which is love and thankful and gratefulness. And we let them go, and we keep our eyes closed, and we're going to call all the higher selves and the helpers with the higher selves towards us, and all this, our spiritual guides and all our galactical guides. We're going to call them all in, because we're going to have that same connection from the heart, central part of the heart, directly to all these guides. Shuayanyawo, shunyayanyawo, shonyawo, ninyayokosh, onyochkosh. So we are going to reconnect every single guide, helper, alien being in your team of spirits, your higher self, the central sun and the source. We're going to reconnect from the heart to their central parts of the heart. Shuya shicha nyanya wuja. Shio shu to tayaya ish. Nyu shu 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 wuch. It's going to help us enormously in communicating with them. So this is a beneficial way for both parties. The only thing we have to do is to feel, to be opened, to use our instincts, our telepathic senses, our telepathic ears, eyes, mouth, nose, feeling, everything. You're going to expand that massively. Then we're going to thank them for being here and coming here and helping us 24/7 forever. Sure. So if you're still able to speak, let's get some noise in the microphone. Because I asked if it's okay if I do a whole lot of things together, and I was like, okay.
That was very ancestral for me, like the higher beings. I was singing, I was humming something like a lullaby towards the end. And I just felt so at peace, like calm, like I was being wooed to sleep.
Beautiful.
And my the inner child circle was this just beautiful white light surrounding me. And then it ascended into the higher realms. Yeah.
It's a nice combination, huh?
It was beautiful.
And the beings all together. Yeah.
It was like a chorus. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Vanessa.
It was very, very beautiful. I feel very galactic. It's like the portal is open and they're all helping us, all the inner child. Where it's beautiful, beautiful. You know, where I can't even talk. It's like, it's so beautiful where you don't have words to put with them.
No, but that's understandable. And sometimes you can't even describe what you're feeling and sensing.
It was just a happy moment.
Yeah.
Very happy for me.
But you can easily see it in your energies. You are like bliss, which is beautiful, and that's what I want. But
if I may say something,
yeah, of course.
The energy before we started, and now there's no word.
Yeah, but that's what we want, and we want to achieve that you are able to do it yourself every time, again and again. So what we are doing here is to get rid of old programmings, old mindsets, and just get the new ones in. And yeah, and it's sometimes it's hard because day-to-day things, family, husbands, girlfriends, children, neighbors, shopping, there's a lot of things happening, distracting from what we really are doing here. But that's also part of the bigger plan, that we can cope with that, and we can always put our hand on our heart. For me, that's the biggest help I ever found. Put my hand on my heart, and still I do often forget it. So it was really nice to see that if Anna was talking, she was like, oh, but and then the hand was not on the heart, which is normal, and it's a great example what can happen, because I do it myself sometimes with Patricia, my girlfriend. I'm starting like, okay, and I forgot it. So it's very normal, and it took me more than 10 years to get here, and I still do it. So don't worry ever about it. But it's a good tool. It's a good aid. It helps you directly getting into this little bit lower energy of the heart, and then the heart is the best filter and the best connection with the higher self. So the head is more like, it's not important. And the heart is really, really important. So what I want to do is to enlarge to heighten up is that in English, to make the energy of the heart higher, to open the heart space wider, so that we are more of light. And what I want to do is, I make a note because otherwise I forget that. So open heart, higher frequency, and then do the thing with all the cells again in the whole body and all systems, to get in more light, so that we can be more of light for everybody without doing anything. Because that's the easiest. That's why we're here. So let's do that. That makes it easy, I think. All systems. So if you're ready, you can close your eyes. So in all time and space, in all dimensions, in all your systems, We're gonna raise the frequency a little bit, just a little bit, so that it is adjustable for you. It's nice and with ease, but it's a little bit higher than you usually are used to. So let's open up that volume of the frequency of your system in all systems. So it's the physical, energetical, cosmical, galactical systems and universal systems. Open up that frequency volume a little bit more. So you're now able to send out a little bit higher frequency, but also receive a little bit higher frequency. And with this higher frequency, we're going to open your heart a little bit wider. And it's not only the central point with the photon of the source in your heart, but it's the whole heart system, the whole heart chakra. So that's the front area, the back area, the side areas, the lower and the upper heart areas. We're going to open them and connect them with each other all. So we have a massive big heart now. We are like a big heart with arms and legs and a head. And to support this whole, we're gonna clean all cells in the physical structure. Every cell singularly is separately is cleaned, cleared, cleaned, and cleared. It's cleared, cleaned, and cleared. It's double. But we're gonna do that. Every cell we're gonna clean, empty all residue what not is necessary anymore, that doesn't benefit us anymore. And later on, we're gonna fill all these systems with beautiful new light, fresh light of the higher frequencies. So we're going to clean all these cells, cell for cell. In all time and space, in all your systems, in all dimensions, every cell is cleaned, cleared, and made ready for being refilled with new light and new energy. And we're going to do the same with your energetical system as well. All these layers, some people draw beautiful pictures with multiple layers of in an energetical field. We're going to do this with all these layers. This whole energetical field will be cleaned as well on cell levels if they have cells in the energetical field. And then we do it the same with the cosmical fields. And your galactical connection fields. Now your whole system is collectively cleared and cleaned. Everything is ready for what we're going to do. First, we're going to connect it all with your central point in the heart. So all these aspects of you are going to be connected to the central point in your heart. If there is any part of your soul able to reconnect at this moment in this system, it's allowed and asked for. If it's not able or not allowed, we don't ask for it. So now we are massively empowered with the higher frequency, cleaned in every cell. Our aspects are, if possible, came through us. And what we're going to do is to ask the source from the central sun to send us higher frequencies of light so that we can be or more of light in all these empty and cleared cells. We're going to fill that in all our systems. We're going to fill it in, let it drop in. It's like a big shower of light, a waterfall of light getting into your system, in your cellular system, in your every physical system you got in your energetical system. And remember, this is light of higher frequency, so we can radiate without doing anything more light to everybody around us.
I left my body for a second to get
Wow.
to, I was ushered just, oh, here's the waiting room. Just come take a seat here. You know, when you go to the car wash,
Yeah.
you know, they have the seating area while they do the wash for you. My head went to the right and I was in the waiting area, and the cellular, they were doing a deep cleaning. I don't know who, but wow, that's it. I don't have anything else I can say.
I have to say, I never experienced a healing as powerful as Robert. It's very, very powerful. Go deep in. That's why he called that healing laser. In the beginning, I didn't understand it. When you just, yeah, it's like, oh, wow. And I think the right people are going to find Robert, because your energy has to be in the right space.
Yeah.
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 But the more we all ascend together, so you will have a lot of client, Robert. You will definitely, because in one session you can see the magic, the transformation.
Yeah.
Yeah. It helped a lot with the shift. It, and it's not a nice place to sit with that energy, but just one session with Robert and that energy has shift. It's much easier. Thank you.
And always remember that you are doing the work by opening up as beautiful as you did today again. It's then I can laser guide my energy, because you are opening up, like Anna, she was opening up in her emotions, in suppressed emotions in the beginning, which is beautiful, because then when it's visible, I can direct the energy. And I can only work, not only, but I prefer to work with people who are opening. And sometimes opening is not easy, but it helps to be outspoken on things, even if they are not easy topics. And with this inner child work, in the beginning, I wasn't understanding, because in my mind, all the inner child work was like, okay, that's done. But now I know there are multiple layers, and it's endless almost. You can work with that, but it's really, really powerful. And I can sense that the inner childs are really happy with it. So they're like, yeah, let's do it. Yes, and that's like, it's a little bit like the space fairy energy. The space fairy energy is also a happy energy, and Nicola and I came into that energy at a certain moment, and then it was for a long time accompanying us. And now it's more, for me, it's more like the inner child work, with what I like. And but it's really fine. It's nice to have feedback and to hear how it's received on your end, because I was really curious with that question of, is it not too much? Because sometimes it can be a little bit much, not too much, but much.
I think that, for me at least, tagging on to what Vanessa said, is the right people will find you. And I'm trying to think, any moment before today, I wouldn't been able to access what I have and allowed you to laser in. So I have to be open. So I think those who aren't open won't, they'll get it, but it won't land. So I don't know if they would even be able to be perceptive to it being too much. I don't know, just a thought.
Yeah.
I think the people who's ready. I think Annie's ready. She can. I am ready. For us, it's like, come on, bring it on. We are ready.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Super. Yeah. So, and if there's something in between, because we're going to do this next week again, I hope you will join if you're able. And if there's some topic occurring this week, send me an email or a messenger message, so that we can take that into account. So don't wait if something, especially for if something is massively big during the week, don't wait, because that's waste of time. And there's always 5 minutes or 10 minutes possible to reset some programs, so that you can move on, and so that the week doesn't have to be that hard.
Just when you start to learn that what resources are available, then you start to figure out, okay, when is appropriate. And I'm on this like fast track, so I'm learning my resources. Boom, I have these people, but now I have to figure out that it's the gentleness, the hardness, the asking for help and knowing what you ask for help. And it's okay if you I'm not really sure, like that has been very clear, like that openness.
And remember, it's always the inner work you do yourself. So it's a combination. It's energy work from my side, from my guides and my higher self, which enables you to do your own inner work. And the inner work is it's like a wage. It's a balancing part. If one thing is not on the wage, it will flip over the other way, and then it doesn't work. It has to be balanced. And like today, what we were doing was really balanced, and it was really, with the three of us, was really balanced as well. So it was a beautiful session. So I'm thankful for that as well, to both of you. And no, serious. And that's how I see things, and that makes it for me possible to do a little bit more, and it's easier because it's for me. I'm not really happy with people who say, I got an itch on my arm, and can you adjust that? Because of course you can, but they don't do their inner work. And so it's like doing a little magic, and the next day the itching is back. And so they say, so you're not a good healer, or what, you didn't help me properly. And so it has to be a combination. It's the willingness, the openness, the do your own homework. So let's leave it for this today, because you were both really blissed out. Beautiful. And I will set this up next week again. I will set it up. I will set this on Facebook and YouTube again, with your agreement, of course. And I think a lot of people will enjoy this as well. So see you soon. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, I do think it's like it's already programmed for the right people to watch it. Like a month ago, I went and I watched all your video on YouTube. Where before that, prior to that, I was not drawn. You know, just a shift happened in the energy, and then I just it's like you're hooked up. You need to go and watch all of them and getting these codes, you know.
Yeah.
So I do think like the right people at the right moment will watch these videos, you know, because it's beautiful. The light code is so powerful.
And you are aware that there's also a awakening supporting activation course on Starseed U, because that's the most powerful thing I did until now. It's for all the chakras. It started like a chakra clearing, and then I was made aware that it was the meridian system clearing, energetical meridian system, so that your Merkaba will be prepared for the later phase of the awakening. But it's all like powerful blasting energies. I'm really proud of it. So that's that. If you are not aware, have a little peek on that, or if you want more on that information, I can always give you a little example, or we can do next week a little example of that. Maybe that's an idea. Just see how things work on. If there's anything the coming week which makes you stop or being blocked, let me know. And I hope to see you next week. If not possible, we'll see. Thank you very much.
Definitely. We'll see you on Thursday, and I'm seeing you on Friday.
Yeah, super.
The full moon.
Yeah, great. Okay. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.